You know, I wish I could improvise, or even just sit on my porch on a lazy Sunday and pluck around on my guitar. But I don't know where to start. I don't have a good musical ear.
I have bad rhythm.
And when I go on YouTube trying to learn how to improvise, all I find are talented musicians with a mountain of effects, expensive amplifiers, and even things like computer guitars. Well, today we're gonna learn how to improvise right now using nothing but an old, smelly, acoustic guitar. But first, hey, welcome to Not Right Music. This is lesson 1 of how to improvise using nothing but an acoustic guitar. My name is Marcus, here to talk to you today. But first, if you have not watched another video I made titled Deep Secrets to Improvising Part 1, I highly recommend that you stop this video right now, go watch that one, and then when you're finished with that one, come back here and continue here. Let me tell you about my first lesson, okay? Well, my first lesson, I learned my first chord, this one. E minor. You know this chord? Yeah, they know this chord. And this is a great first chord to learn because you're using only 2 fingers and 2 strong fingers, unlike your weak pinky. And you're playing them on the same fret right next to each other. I went home and I played this chord all night. I loved it. I couldn't believe I was making a beautiful sound from my guitar for the first time. So finally I went to bed. The next day I went to school. After school I ran home, ran to my room, ready to play that chord, and well, can you hear it? It's not the same sound that I was playing the night before. It was different. And it didn't take me long to look at my hand and see I made a little mistake. Instead of playing here, I accidentally placed my fingers 1 string down. You know what? This amazed me because it sounded beautiful. This mistake, in my naive little brain, I thought I created a new chord. And that opened up my guitar to this whole new world of discovery, you see? And of course I was wrong. I didn't invent this chord. I know what this chord is now. It's an A9, right? But I didn't know theory at the time. But it helped me understand that instruments are these worlds to open up and discover. But this chord helped open up that world to me. So I thought, all right, now, if I went down 1 string, what happens if I go down 1 more? What would happen? Another great sound, a new sound for me at the time. I couldn't believe it. These 2 chords. You see, this old E minor, this wasn't interesting to me anymore. This didn't excite me because someone taught this to me. I didn't discover it on my own, right? Not like these chords. All right, you see? And then I thought, all right, well, what happens if I go this way on the guitar? And just basically randomly put these two fingers down right next to each other on the same fret. Another new sound, right? Keep going. Yeah, this chord, I remember, I really love this chord. I still do. It's a beautiful chord. And of course, there are some chords I did not like. I remember not liking that one. It scared me a little bit, so I didn't go back to it. But so that's the idea, right? The idea is to start with a chord shape and then use that chord shape to search around on your guitar and find the sounds that you like, right? I mean, these days I would call this an event, right? An event is using these two fingers right next to each other on the same fret, and to improvise doing that. And you can do right? And you can improvise all day long doing this. And this is great because it forces you to use your ear. You're not reading chord charts or anything like that. You're using your ear to tell you which chords you like and which you don't. And what chords go well next to each other, right? You can play around with all this and work it out. It's also good because, well, you're probably going to sound a little different. I mean, if you want to sound the same, play these chords all day, right? All right, which are good. I think it's important to learn all chords, but that doesn't have this sense of discovery. And many new guitar players aren't going to play around with chords like this, but you can discover this on your own, and you can make events out of these, right? For example, using the two finger idea, search around, find maybe 4 chords that you like, write them down on the paper, and use that to improvise off of, and go back to it every now and then, right? And even if you don't know any chords, and that's completely okay, right? You don't have to learn chords to play music, right? Move your fingers around on the fretboard until you find sounds that you like, right? Work that out. So use chord shapes as a way to improvise. You don't want to worry about the theory. You want to worry about the sound and being creative with your music. So why don't you do that? Find a bunch of chord shapes or not, alter them, move your fingers around, you see, because I bet most of you are already doing this. But I want to help you understand that this has value, all right? And this is a great technique for improvising. All right, so check this out. This is what you want to do. This is my event. My event is the feeling of where I am right now. Really peaceful area on the water. I'm going to keep it simple. A very relaxed, simple sound. And I'm not even going to play a chord. I'm just going to put my finger in one note and then move one finger around from there. I'll do this to the end.